a confirmed update came in that directly affects Social Security, SSI, SSDI, survivor, and retirement payments throughout February. According to the Social Security Administration's official 2026 payment calendar and Treasury processing schedules, the full February deposit cycle is now underway, with multiple payment waves authorized and moving through the Federal Reserve settlement system. This means real money tied to already approved benefits is scheduled to post to accounts across the country on specific February dates based on how and when you originally enrolled and your birth date. If you have been watching your account and trying to figure out when your February deposit is supposed to arrive, this update walks you through the exact schedule and what to expect during each payment window. Before we go any further, please take 1 second to tap the like button below. It helps this update reach other seniors and disabled Americans who may be waiting on the same information. This update is for anyone receiving Social Security retirement, SSDI, survivor benefits, or SSI, who wants clarity on when their February 2026 payment is scheduled and what it means if their deposit has already arrived or is still pending. While talking about this, let me share with you a very personal and important story related to this very update. A few days ago, I received a message from a 69-year-old woman named Teresa from Pueblo, Colorado. Teresa receives both Social Security retirement benefits and a small amount of supplemental security income. She told me she checked her account at the end of January and was surprised to see her SSI deposit arrive earlier than she expected. At first, she worried something had gone wrong with her February payment schedule. She wondered if she would still receive her Social Security deposit in February, or if the early SSI payment meant something had changed. Teresa explained that she plans her bills carefully. Her rent, utilities, and groceries are all tied to specific dates. When she saw one deposit come early, she worried that another might come late. She told me the hardest part was not knowing whether the schedule had shifted or whether she needed to adjust her budgeting for the month. She said, "I don't have extra room in my budget to guess. I need to know when the money is coming so I can plan." That feeling of needing predictability is something many seniors experience, especially when they are managing more than one type of benefit. Teresa's experience reflects what many people feel when payment schedules change due to weekends or holidays. An early deposit can feel just as unsettling as a late one if you are not sure what it means for the rest of the month. For people living on fixed incomes, clarity about timing is part of feeling financially secure. If you are watching this from Colorado like Teresa, or from any other state, tell me in the comments where you are watching from. Share your city or state. That helps track how payment timing is affecting people in different regions and allows more relevant updates to reach your area. The February 2026 payment schedule includes several different groups of beneficiaries, and understanding where you fit in that schedule can help reduce a lot of uncertainty. The Social Security Administration does not send all payments on the same day. Instead, payments are staggered throughout the month based on program type, enrollment date, and birth date. This staggered system helps ensure payments can be processed reliably for tens of millions of beneficiaries. Here is how the February cycle has unfolded so far. SSI recipients received their February payment early, at the end of January, because February 1st fell on a Sunday. When a scheduled payment date lands on a weekend or federal holiday, the SSA moves the deposit to the nearest working day. In this case, that meant SSI payments for February were issued on Friday, January 30th. This early deposit does not mean you received extra money. It simply reflects the standard policy for handling weekend payment dates. Certain long-term Social Security beneficiaries also received their February payments early in the month. Individuals who enrolled in retirement, disability, or survivor benefits before May 1997 are paid on a fixed schedule at the beginning of each month, rather than on a Wednesday tied to their birth date. Dual beneficiaries who receive both Social Security and SSI are also included in this early month payment group. These deposits were issued at the beginning of February and reflect the normal schedule for those categories of beneficiaries. For the majority of Social Security Retirement, SSDI, and survivor beneficiaries, February payments follow the 3-Wednesday cycle. This is where your birth date determines which Wednesday your deposit is scheduled. If the worker whose record your benefits are based on was born between the 1st and the 10th of any month, your payment is scheduled for the 2nd Wednesday of February. If the birth date falls between the 11th and the 20th, the payment is scheduled for the 3rd Wednesday. If the birth date falls between the 21st and the 31st, the payment is scheduled for the 4th Wednesday of the month. This system applies regardless of the year you were born. After the 3-Wednesday cycle completes, there is one additional payment event at the end of February. Because March 1st falls on a Sunday, SSI payments for March will be issued on the final working day of February, which is Friday the 27th. This means some SSI recipients will see another deposit before the end of the month. But that deposit represents March's payment, not an extra benefit. Understanding this schedule is important because seeing a deposit earlier or later than expected can create confusion. An early deposit due to a weekend adjustment does not mean future payments will also arrive early. A later deposit within the 3-Wednesday cycle does not mean there is a problem with your benefits. It reflects where your birth date places you in the monthly schedule. It also helps to understand how payments move from the SSA to your account. Once the Treasury releases the payment file for a scheduled date, those funds move through the Federal Reserve settlement system before reaching banks and credit unions. Each financial institution posts deposits according to its own internal processing schedule. Some banks post deposits overnight. Others post in early morning batches. Some post later in the business day. This is why two people with the same scheduled payment date may see deposits at different times. If your deposit does not appear the moment your scheduled day begins, that does not mean there is a problem with your benefits. The SSA advises allowing up to 3 business days for deposits to appear before contacting them, as most posting delays are resolved within normal bank processing windows. Checking your My Social Security account can also provide reassurance, as it reflects your payment history directly from SSA records. Benefit amounts also vary depending on program type and individual work history. Average monthly benefits for retirees, disabled workers, survivors, and SSI recipients differ because each program has its own eligibility rules and calculation methods. The important point is that these February payments include the cost of living adjustment that took effect at the start of 2026. That adjustment is already built into the amounts being paid this month. Even with COLA increases, many seniors and disabled Americans continue to face rising costs for housing, utilities, food, and medical care. When income is fixed, timing and predictability matter as much as the amount itself. Knowing when your deposit is scheduled allows you to plan your bills and avoid unnecessary stress. There are a few practical steps you can take to stay organized. Make sure your direct deposit information is accurate and up to date. If you do not have a bank account, benefits can be received through the Direct Express card, which is specifically designed for federal payments. Knowing which method you use and how your provider posts deposits can help you anticipate timing more accurately. Keeping a simple calendar of your expected payment dates can also reduce uncertainty and help with monthly budgeting. Before we wrap up, please take a moment to subscribe if you have not already. This channel is here to provide timely, verified Social Security updates without speculation or fear-driven headlines. In summary, the Social Security Administration's February 2026 payment schedule includes early month payments for SSI recipients and long-term beneficiaries, followed by the 3-Wednesday cycle for most retirement, SSDI, and survivor beneficiaries, and a final SSI payment for March issued at the end of February. Each payment follows the same processing path, from Treasury to the Federal Reserve, and then to your bank or Direct Express card. with posting times varying by financial institution. If your payment has already arrived, that reflects where you fall in the schedule. If you are still waiting for a later February date, that is normal based on your birthday group. Monitoring your account around your scheduled payment day and allowing normal bank processing time can help reduce unnecessary worry. This update is based on the SSA's official 2026 payment calendar and standard Treasury processing procedures, not speculation. Staying informed about the payment schedule helps you plan your finances with more confidence and maintain stability throughout the month.